All right, so now that we've learned all those phrases, let's put them all together and play the entire solo. For this track and this solo, I was really thinking about Luther Perkins, who was Johnny Cash's guitar player. And although we're not playing like Luther Perkins licks, this is kind of maybe similar to what he would play with some additions. And those additions being kind of emulation of a steel guitar. All of these double stop bends we're doing in the solo, we're trying to emulate a pedal steel, right? And so one just little minor thing I want to say is that a pedal steel, when it bends, is using a foot pedal, okay? It's not like us. We're not like, they're not using their finger strength to make these bends happen. They get the bar and they slide it into where they want it, and then they'll bend up the strings using foot pedals. So one way to kind of emulate this moving forward is that we kind of want our bend sound to be a little bit robotic, okay? Like a foot pedal would be, right? So, okay, so if you notice, I'm quickly getting up to the note and quickly getting back, right? Maybe if we're coming from like playing rock or blues, we're used to like these kind of slow, more vocal, more human-like bends. But in country, since we are emulating a pedal steel, it makes sense to kind of have that robotic kind of sound to our bends. And one thing you might notice on the track is that the rhythm guitar is playing this figure. This is a rhythm style that I have been told is called the tic-tac or the ticky-tack. So yeah, it comes from Luther Perkins, and a funny story is that on his Telecaster, he didn't have a volume knob. So he kind of created that rhythm style because he could get quieter for the verses by just palm muting. And then when the chorus happened, he could do full strums. Okay, so this is a very classic country form, right? 1, 4, 1, 5. So because we've learned all of these phrases separately, what you want to be doing is thinking ahead to the next chord. It's always a good practice to kind of know what chord we're on in a form like this. So while you're practicing these phrases in this full solo, kind of just be assigning each phrase to a chord. So if I was practicing this, I would think E, A, back to E, now to B, right? So I'm thinking about what chord is happening and kind of thinking about it in terms of these licks. All right, here we go. Let's play the full solo over the backing track. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.